Hi guys, let's talk about wrestling and the things that went on last night at the NXT house show. We had a couple of things that really were exciting. We had two title belts that were defended. We had Soruka versus Nikita Lyons. Soruka kept her title, and Hank and Tank, I can't remember who they went against, but they also retained their title. Also, Noam Dar was there, and he retained the Heritage Cup. I will tell you that I was a little disappointed, but because unlike Jacksonville, that went on with the storylines of NXT, they did not carry that through last night. Maybe they did in Davenport the night before, but they did not do it last night. Also, I have not done this yet. Nikita Lyons, I took a photo of her, and it's a really interesting photo because it's got her kicking in mid-air of Soruka, and she liked it so well, she has reposted it herself over 3 times and liked it and shared it, and it's got over close to 7,000 views. So I will post that. We also had Jackson Drake there. I was very surprised. He must have liked his photos that I posted because he subscribed. So I'm very happy about that on my X channel. Also, I will tell you, we had a new debut. I showed a picture. I wasn't happy with the picture simply because, like, at the house show, I don't know what they were doing with the lights, but they would dim them real bad, and then it just left the photos. You couldn't light them up even with your flash. Because I think the lighting was either they were using red or blue lighting, and instead of bringing up the house lights a lot of times. I will tell you that the Q&A last night was with Yoshi, Soruka, Zara, and Javon Evans. It was okay. I have been to better Q&As. I thought it was really interesting that I will share a couple of things with you. I had asked Yoshi what would be his dream match, and he said that he really wanted to go against Gunther. And somehow Yoshi against Gunther, I can't picture that. I don't know, maybe you guys can, but I can't picture that match. Javon Evans said that he would love to do a match with Jeff Hardy. And then when Hot Miss Deborah was taking pictures, I told Yoshi that I would like to see him in a match with Shinsuke. It made more sense to me than Gunther, but I don't think the matches. And with Javon Evans, I told him if he got that match with Jeff Hardy, it should be a tables, ladders, and chairs match. And he just laughed. And anyway, let's see. I don't want to lose. Oh, Jasper Troy was there. He had the match against the NXT debut of Braxton Cole. He pretty much wiped the floor with Cole. The match lasted less than 5 minutes. I really felt bad for Cole. You know, Jasper is just like such a powerful guy. I will tell you too, let's see, I lost my train of thought for a second. Oh, that they will be back at Citrus Springs on September 26th. I think that's a Friday or Saturday night. All the house shows are either Friday or Saturday nights. But and here's another thing. This is what I was getting ready to say. I had seen somewhere that they were doing a question about Callie Armstrong. And actually, Callie Armstrong was there, so was Carly Lou Bright, so was Saraya was there, not Saraya, Serena was there. And actually, Hot Miss Deborah got to talk to Saraya. I got to say hi to her. And she was just walking around the venue that last night. But anyway, here's my question, and I thought it was a pretty interesting. Since Kelly Armstrong is the new Evolve champion, should she be required to defend that championship Evolve title in NXT? And I thought, well, that's a no-brainer, because like they've been defending NXT belts in Raw and SmackDown. Why wouldn't she be able to do that at NXT? Or I would think even Raw or SmackDown. I think it's just kind of like a no-brainer, right? And let's talk about one more thing that happened last night. I'm going to get a lot of heat from this, but I'm just going to say my thoughts. In AAA last night, Alberto de Patron lost his belt to Vikingo. It's on X, the clips of the whole match. They've got it in like 2 or 3 minute sections. They even have it after the 3 count. And of course, everybody from the locker room comes out. I just personally think that they should have done that at Worlds Collide, because like they set all this up prior to Worlds Collide. And this was supposed to be the first thing. We all knew that something was going to happen with Alberto, and especially since they've been pushing Vikingo so hard in WWE. The other thing I want to mention to you is that we got home and we actually started watching Collision. And I just love the promo that FDR was doing for Firefest this coming Wednesday. And I was like, they can be funny, they can be serious. You know, they're like one of the best tag teams, really, in professional wrestling. A lot of you would disagree, and that's okay. You know, nobody's 100% right on this channel. You can, make comments that could change my mind. But I just thought it was kind of funny how they were cutting them short off and wouldn't let them answer or anything like this. Anyway, I'm sorry for this being so long. We have an interesting week, especially next Saturday. We know that Worlds Collide, WWE's World Collide, is at I think it starts at 3. And then Money in the Bank at 7. But what you may not know is that we have MLW War Games at 10 p.m. on YouTube. And so I actually wrote media at MLW because I had not seen anything recently published about War Games. I didn't know if they had pulled it because of WWE saturating Saturday so bad. And I had just seen the advertisements of the Summer of the Beast, which is June 26th. And I heard back from them right away, and they were like, no, we are still on for Saturday, 10 o'clock. It's free. It's 2 hours long. And I don't know the card matches, but I do know for a fact that the Horsemen with BRG and the Andersons are going to be there. I know that it's going to be a really interesting matches. I know Dijak is going to be there, and I'll have that whole card matches with Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide before Saturday. As always, I want to thank you for watching, subscribing, and until next time, bye for now.